Hey everybody, it's your girl Tennessee North. Yeah, so I'm finna make a little small video. In this video, it's just gonna be some pork chops. Yeah, today's Saturday, and I'm gonna make a quickie. Yeah, so I wanna thank everybody for sending in all of those comments and trying to tell me how to make this tomato whatever. So it turns out it is stewed tomato, breaded stewed tomatoes of some sort. Now, I'm not going to be able to recreate what my mom made because it turns out that was her recipe. And the recipes I've looked up, they had toasted bread. I have an older sister. She said, no, the bread wasn't toasted. It was made on top of the stove. So, what I can do is, that was one of them best kept secrets, and she took it with her. The only thing is, I'm sorry I didn't pay attention. So, I'm going to take some of the ideas that some of my subscribers sent in, and I'm going to put it together. Try to create something. So, that's what this video is going to be about. Some fried pork chops. Going to make a sandwich out of it. And try to create this tomato whatever. Tomato stew. Yeah. So, this right here goes out to my mom. Can't create what you did, but it was, as I can remember. Yeah. And the ones who told me they had it, agree with me. Yeah. Had a little crust on it. In some kind of way, it was like maybe she put it on the broiler. Nobody remembers. But she made up her own version of it. And it was something else. So hold on. Let's get to this video. Okay, for these pork chops, you don't want a real thick pork chop because you're going to make a sandwich. So I'm going to use some assorted thin chops. These make the best sandwiches. When they're too thick, they don't make good sandwiches. You don't want them real thin either. Because these kind of in the middle. Yeah. You want them kind of crunchy. It makes a good pork chop sandwich. Yeah. You'll see. Hold on. Okay. You've seen me do this before. Got my chops in the sink. Sink has been washed. You know, I always use bleach. Clean my sink. Gonna put some touch of love on them. You know, I always have to put touch of love directly on the meat. Waiting on my oil to get hot. Got my seasoned flour here. Yeah. So, let's go to the stove. Okay. While we're waiting on that oil to heat up for the pork chops, we're going to get some of our ingredients together for these tomato stew. Or stewed tomato. So, some of you said a little bit of onion, and I'm only making a little bit. I'm going to cut up a little onion, butter, sugar, salt, and pepper. And the can of stewed tomatoes. So we're going to go from there. So I'm going to chop up a little bit of onion. So My sister said she doesn't remember any onion in it, so we're just going to go by a little bit. I don't recall any onions in it either. So we're just going to put a little onions in it. And that's about it. And we're going to put it right there. Okay. I got my butter here. Let me check our oil because we don't want to burn our oil. Hold on. Okay, our grease is hot. We're going to start dropping our pork chops. We're not going to overcrowd our pan. We're going to do about 3 at a time. Take some tongs out. And move them around a little bit. We'll be back. Here's the first set of pork chop to come out. Yeah. Okay. And there are my pork chops. Yeah. Let's get to my tomatoes. Hold on. All right. We're going to turn our eye on. We're going to put our butter in here. So we're going to make a small amount because this is a test run. And since I don't know what my mother's was, I'm going to take some of the pointers from my subscribers. I do remember it being buttery. So I'm going to take about a little more than a half. And I'm going to take about a teaspoon of this cornstarch and put it in a little water. To help with some thickening. Might not use it all, but I'm going to go on and put it on hand. Okay, we got that already set aside. Now I don't recall the onions being in there, so I'm going to put just a few onions in here. I love onions, so anything got onions in can't hurt. That's a little less than a half a cup. I'm going to put that in there. Everyone knows I love onions. So I'm going to let that get a little translucent. I'm going to add about a pinch of black pepper. Pinch of salt. So what I'm doing is taking a little bit from a little bit of everybody. So if you see something that I've done that you sent me, I want to thank you. Because whatever my mom did, she took it with her. I'm just sorry I didn't pay attention. And the tomatoes I'm using, they have celery, onion, a little basil in it. I'm going to add these in there. These are stewed tomatoes. That was the juice and all. I was told to add a little water to this. Well, I'm going to add my little cornstarch here for my thickener. And I'm going to add some water as well. Cup of water. Probably not quite a cup. And bring that to a simmer. Now when this comes to a simmer, I'm going to add my sugar to that. Now I'm probably going to add more sugar than it called for, but that's just me. Hold on. All right, we're starting to simmer. Now I recall this thing being sweet. This is a half a cup of sugar. I want it to be sweet, so I'm going to give it another half. That's my truth. I'm going to stick with it. I done failed at it once, so might as well go all the way. Now I'm going to get my bread. Now my sister told me Mom did not toast the bread. So I have five slices. I have 5 slices. I don't know if I'm going to put them all in, but I'm going to start tearing them up, dropping them in, she said. This is an older sister of mine. She don't really remember a lot about it, but she said she didn't really like it. She remembers it, but she didn't really like it. She said just push it down in there. Tear it and push it down in there is what she remembered. She thinks Mom put it down under the broiler or something where we're not real sure. I guess I will put all 5 slices in. There we have it. Hold on. Okay. End result. Pork chop and stewed tomato. I'm not happy about it. It's edible. It's not hers. So what it comes down to was my mom made her own. And then all the suggestions you gave me wasn't what she did. She obviously made up her own. And this right here doesn't come close to what Mom made. I mean, it's good, it's edible, but it's not the same stuff. Yeah. Let me speak to the Lord about this. Amen. Amen. Pork chop. You know we can't eat a pork chop with a fork. Gotta pick it up and bite it. Oh, I'm getting that. I was hoping this tomato would come at least close. It's not close. It's edible, but it's not close. I cannot put my finger on what she did. Until I get close, I can't give it to Tracy I can say good, not to Tracy I. The pork chop, yeah. I ain't finished with this tomato basil. Tomato stew, stewed tomato. I ain't finished with it yet. It's not even close. The onions. There was no onions in it. You really can't taste the onion in here, but she didn't have any onions. Hold on. Okay. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping to get at least close. I mean, the sauce is good, but it's not what I was looking for. You don't have that, whatever that was my mom had did to it. But back to the drawing board. And it took off a few weeks to try to figure it out, and I've been reading hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I appreciate everybody throwing something out there for me, and trust me, I have read them. The bread part is right, but the flavor is not right. It's not what I remember. And it might be because I'm not my mother. Maybe she created her own tomato stew, or stewed tomatoes. She had her own recipe. I have a lot of cookbooks that belong to my mother. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through, because there's a lot of pages in there that she have jotted stuff down. And it might be in there. This goes back to what I said when I said all recipes have been tweaked somewhere. And my mother, she obviously had tweaked her own, and man, it was, yes, Lord. And whatever she did to it was a show, shut your mouth. This right here. I mean, the sauce is good, but it's not what I was looking for. I didn't remember no onions in it. I thought, well, let me put it in there just to see, and no, the onions wasn't there. The onions wasn't there. The bread looks right. The tomatoes look right. The flavor is not right. Hers had a little crisp on top, like she might have ran it on the broiler or something. I may never get the recipe quite right, but I'm gonna sure try to get close. This is what they call one of them best kept secrets. Mom might have took it with her. And my fault for not listening or paying attention. It goes back to saying, don't nothing beat a failure but a try. And I ain't through failing, because I'm going to keep on trying. Now I might not get it, but I'm going to sure try to get close. Yeah. I'm going to sure try to get close. The pork chop? Yeah. It's all that. The tomato? Not a Tracy eye. I'm gonna work on it. Keep watching for the video. I'm gonna keep working on it. Yeah. So, like anything about this video, like, share, subscribe, tell someone about Old Tennessee North. Hit that notification button, because you know it's nothing coming. See you in the next video.